Hey everybody, it's Angela and I am back with another process video, and this one is for SaCrafters. And here are some of the SaCrafters products I've pulled out that I'm thinking I might use on this layout. And they're ones that I have previously spray painted with gold and blue spray paint. And I don't wind up using the blue, but I do wind up using a bunch of the gold items. And there's the satin periwinkle color that I used and the metallic gold. And so I have all those kind of ready to go, and I'm just going to set them aside here. I'm going to use the Jen Hatfield Simple Life paper stack, and I got this at Joann's not too long ago. I just love the colors in this. So I pulled out some of those papers. And then these are some digital embellishment illustrations that I did for Scrapgirls. And this is my Barn Cats collection. And I printed out one of the cats onto some photo paper here. And I am going to fussy cut that and use it on this layout as well. And these are the two adorable photographs of my grandson with their new kitten. So that is what I'm going to be scrapbooking today. I also have this 7 paper little pack of cat like Project Life type cards that I'm thinking of using as well. And I love these embellishment stickers because they're so easy to fussy cut, and you can print them any size that you want, and the cats are especially easy to just cut out by hand. So that's what I'm doing here, getting him all ready to go. And then I pulled out this wood grain paper to use as my background. I really like that it kind of echoes the wood floor in the photograph. These were taken, of course, indoors, so it's pretty warm in tone, and with the wood floor and some gray furniture, it's somewhat monochromatic. And so this paper collection really lends itself well to those colors. And then, of course, it's a little boy layout as well. So I'm just going through and I'm going to cut apart some of these cards because I am going to do a grid layout today. It had been a while since I'd done one, and so I was really looking forward to doing another one and thought I'd go ahead and do that here. So I'm just cutting apart, well, pretty much all of them because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use. I'm just looking at the sentiments that are on there to see if they fit, and then also the colors, because I do want to bring in a few pops of color with the there's kind of a yellow floral in some of these cards, so that brings in some yellow. And then there's a beautiful teal in this collection, and you can see it there on that plaid to the left hand side, and I use that for some of the matting, and I just love the color that that brings in. They also have these little, like, I don't know what those are, like 2-inch square items, but I don't think I wind up using any of those on the layout. So I'm just kind of measuring up to see what size I want my cards. I know they're going to have to be a little bit smaller than those cut apart cards. So I just kind of measure my photo, and then I'm going to cut some mat to fit. Then I also have this kind of grayish color paper as well. And then I'm just going to start loosely laying these out and see what I like. I like that Love Each Other card because, like I said, it brings in that floral with all the different color. And then that home card, actually it's hard to see it here on my editing screen, maybe you can see it better, but there is the silhouette of a house on the back of that home card that I really love, and that has a floral on top. And I echo that house motif with one of the SaCrafters houses that I put on here later. I love this Keep Life Simple because what's more simple than just playing with your cat? And those are the kind of things in life we need to stop and really enjoy. So that really speaks to me, so I wanted to make sure to use that. And I'm trimming some of these cards down. Like I said, they were a little bit large for the grid, and then I like the differences in size. I don't want them all to be all the same size. So again, I'm just trimming up another card, and that one has a beautiful floral on it too to bring in some more color. Then I look through this cat one, I wasn't sure if there was even going to be anything in here that I could use because the colors are so different from what I'm using. But I find this cute one here in a second, this kind of teal colored one with little cat silhouettes on it, and it's perfect. The teal matches well enough to use, and then it brings in a little theminess to the layout. So I'm liking that. And I don't want this to be a really rigid grid. I do want things to kind of span across. So I want that cat to kind of break up the grid a little bit. So he's going to be kind of touching the center card there and kind of taking up a square in the bottom left. And there's that cute little house that I go ahead and put right in the middle of that card to echo the house that's in the background. These are some of the little word sentiments, and all of these are on MDF wood that I'm using here so far. And they're really cute. She's got a lot of these in her shop, and they're just perfect little touches to use on your layouts or mini albums or altered items. So here I'm cutting apart this nest because I'm thinking I might use it to cover up this bag. There's a bag in the bottom right hand corner of that photo, and it's like I don't know if it's like Spider-Man or something like that, and it's bright red and blue, and it's really drawing my eye away from other things. And I didn't want to make the photograph black and white. I wanted it to be color, so I'm just looking for something to cover up that bag and get rid of that red color. So I find this floral, and that works perfect as a little corner item to cover that up. So if there's a color you don't like, there's usually a way to hide it somehow on the layout. So I just put that there, and that brings in another bit of that teal and yellow over to that card. And then I love these little cat silhouettes, so I'm going to wind up cutting that down to the same size as the card next to it. And then I play around with placement here a little bit, and I play around with what's going to go down in that bottom right hand card. I try a couple different things. I think I had too many things pulled out. I love this little heart thing. I thought about doing that and trimming it off on the side. But I had so many neat things to choose from, it actually made it kind of hard for me to figure out what I was doing there for a little bit. But in the end, I go back to that larger heart and keep everything as the MDF wood, because those little interlocking hearts are actually chipboard. So now I am off looking for a tag to do some journaling on, and there's none in the Jen Hatfield collection. So there is this one paper that has a graph paper in the background. So since there's 2 sheets of that in the paper stack, I know I can use a full sheet for a layout, and then I thought I'd go ahead and cut this sheet up. So this will work perfect for Mom to do some journaling on the layout. And I'm just going to mat the graph paper on a little bit of this plaid, just to bring another touch of teal up there. I love this little hug card that I had laying on my desk, but it just was too big to really fit on the layout. So again, I'm really wanting those little chipboard hearts to be in the layout, but they just weren't quite working. So I look through all my SaCrafters gold items, and I think about using 3 little houses on here, or some stars, or this corner piece, or there's some beautiful title pieces that I have. Like I said, I almost have too much stuff to choose from, but in the end I do go back to that nice MDF heart there. So I go ahead and I start gluing everything down, and I go ahead and edit some of this out so you guys don't have to watch me glue everything. And then I wanted to have a few more little bits and pieces here to layer with, so I start going through my scraps and just pull out a few things I think might work. just to lend a little bit more interest. So I know I want to include something down there on that heart card because it's looking a little bit plain down there in that corner. So I just have to find the right item. And then it's just kind of some fiddling around while I finish this up. Now, if you're interested in any of these SaCrafters products, I will put links down below to all the things that I used here. And there's also a discount code that I can offer you guys. If you use the code Angela Fans on your order of $30 or more in the SaCrafters shop, you'll get a 10% discount off your order. And I will go ahead and put all that information in the description box down below as well. So there I'm going to put the little star item. I go ahead and I use my Scotch tacky glue to go ahead and put these MDF sentiments and everything down. And that cute little house on there. And yeah, so it came together. You know, it's pretty clean and simple, but I like that because there is still a lot going on with all 9 of these cards and the different pattern papers and stuff. So I didn't want to go too over the top with all my embellishments. And so that is pretty much the whole layout. And so I'm just going to zoom in here and show you some close-ups. There's the journaling card, and like I said, that Love Each Other has some beautiful florals in there to bring in some color, and then you have that gold shine of the butterfly and the Cherish This Memory sentiment. And again, I will link all those products down below. I'll even link the little cat stickers that I did for Scrapgirls if you're interested in those. And then that cute little cat silhouette card there in the corner. I'm so glad I got to bring in some of that onto this. So that is my completed layout. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions on anything that I've done here or any of the products, please just leave me a comment down below, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.